Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so happy you're here. I'm especially excited because I'm live with my amazing coach, Sherin. She's been an incredible coach and mentor throughout my journey, and her guidance, knowledge, and encouragement have helped me grow in so many ways. So let me tell you something about me. My name is Liji. I'm a wife, a mom of three amazing kids. I have worked as a respiratory care practitioner for over a decade in Pennsylvania, USA, but currently I'm coming to you from Kerala, India. So, like many people, I have always been passionate about helping others, and that passion has led me to explore new ways to create more flexibility for my family. So, while continuing to serve and support people. So, I'm so excited to be here with all of you today, and I can't wait to share this conversation with my coach, Sharon. So, today we're going to share some valuable insights and answer questions that many people have, but don't always get the chance to ask. So, we'll also be talking about some of the lessons we have learned, common misconceptions, and a few things that might surprise you, right? So, if you have ever wondered what this journey is about and how it really looks like, you're simply curious or to see something new, I encourage you to stick around until the end. We have some great insights to share. So now let's give a warm welcome to my coach, Sharon. Let's get started. So I could spend all day telling you how amazing Sharon is, but I think the best person to introduce Sharon is Sharon herself. So, Sharon, thank you again for joining me today. Why don't you tell me, everyone, me and everyone, a little about yourself, your journey, and what led you to where you are today? Give me a little brief overview about this business as well.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Liji. It's such a pleasure to ask you said like to mentor and coach to this amazing and also to join in today's live with you. Without further delay, I am Shirin as Liji already introduced me. So I am currently in Pennsylvania, USA. So we are on the same state actually, Liji. You are in Kerala right now, but we will definitely meet one day. So I, by profession, I am an RN. So I have been nursing for 22 years. And now I started a business like 5.5 years ago, nearly 6 years now. And I was looking for a side stream of income. Uh, I never thought that something I can do or something this has like this much potential. I actually wanted to have some extra time with my kids. I wanted to like stop picking up expression, and that is the reason, whole reason I started this journey. 5.5 years into this, I migrated country. I was in Ireland for 14 years, and now I'm in USA. By God's grace, myself, my family, Rishad, and also my two kids who are like 19 years and 13 years, two girls. So I'm a full-time mom now. I have retired from my nursing job, and now coaching and mentoring around 700 people from around the globe. Basically, like working professionals like us to create a side stream of income. Everybody has a lot of opportunities right now. We're overloaded with a lot of opportunities, right? So a lot of people are skeptical, a lot of people are confused, a lot of people don't believe that they can do something like this. And this is where the possibility of online business opportunity. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay, so in this, I don't know, AI and ChatGPT world, this digital tools are emerging almost every day. A lot of people worry that they need to be very tech savvy, right, to succeed. So, do you, like for this business, do you need a strong technical background or advanced computer skills to get started?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So before I get into that, let me just say, what we are doing. Okay. So like any other business, we have reputed companies, well-reputed companies with high-ticket item sales involved, and we have a mentorship program, training program. We call our business as a business in a box, basically. So we have affiliation with these companies, and they are basically paying us high commissions. They have patented compensation plan and medically graded equipments. And that is how we will be able to produce a business volume. When you hear about business volume, many people will think we have to sell the products. Of course, we have products involved, we have system involved, but you don't have to do any selling. We have an automated system to do the selling for you. Why? Because this opportunity or this platform caters people who is like you and me, who are busy working professionals and parents, who doesn't have that much time or expertise or interest to sell a product, right? So that is why we are depending on an automated system to do the selling for you, where we get commission. You get commissions, high commissions basically. It's high ticket item, high commission. So what is our job? Our job is marketing. So marketing globally, our platform is teaching you how to advertise globally and to get clients. So and the clients will get all the information through our automated system, which is as did you know, we have a free webinar first, and then there is a detailed business plan by paying a free refundable $149, and then the 30-day money back guarantee. So you have 30 days to explore about this opportunity and to see like whether this is something that you can do and you want to do, or you want to pursue in your life. So if you think that is the right opportunity for you, then there'll be a one-on-one Zoom call with your coach, and then we will explore different, whatever questions that we have, our products, our investment return, our platform, everything in detail. Then you can apply with the company, and then you will be starting your own business with full mentorship. And if you're not interested, within 30 days, you can get a full money refund. So that's a little bit about and what the next steps that we have to do if you're interested. So yeah, so that's a little bit. And to answer your question, especially when somebody is hearing about online digital marketing opportunity, people will think, oh, we have to be a technical savvy for that. But the real thing is that this platform is made up for people who are not technical savvy, tech savvy. So the difficult technical problem things creating a website, that's all we are doing a proper digital marketing, right? Of course, there are so many technical things involved, complicated technical things involved. But the good thing is that you don't have to worry about it. We have an entire tech team to do all these things for you. So while we are focusing on marketing, right? And so if you have minimal technical skills, if you know how to operate a computer, to send an email, and if you can follow minimum English instructions and simple video format training, you can do it. That's not a problem.
Definitely. So there are step-by-step instructions on how to do this business. That's awesome. So, like you said, even though we're all busy, family, working, full-time workers and such, right? So we have many responsibilities in our hands. So can a person who has a full-time job, family to take care, or maybe a single mom to take care of everything, run the business, run home, run the kids, everything, do the chores, is this something that realistic for them to do in their life?
Yeah, very good question. Because, especially if it is a woman, if it is a busy working profession, that's our main concern. Do we have time for this? But the good news is that you don't need to have a lot of time to do this business. The thing is that you will do everything. It's all flexible. So basically, I just muted you. Sorry, LG, because there is some echo going on. So I just muted you. So I will unmute you at the time when you are talking, when you are about to talk. Okay. So yeah. Basically, it's very flexible. You can no other business we can do it in the middle of the night, or when you're dropping kids in or for an after school activities and waiting in the car and scrolling down the social media. That time is enough for you to do the business. So any side hustle to become successful, we need to have 7 to 10 hours flexible on the side for you to learn and market and things like that. Okay. So to answer your question, that is exactly why, because we are using the automated system do the necessary jobs for you, the explaining the business plan, product part to your clients, that is all done by the system for you. So that is why we are saying, even if you're sleeping, even if you are spending time with your kids, you can still do this business as a side hustle. That is why like doctors, nurses, IT professionals, scientists, working moms, busy parents, parents with small kids, they are all doing this business very successfully because of this. you know yeah, you don't need a lot of time, you just need a little bit more focus to do, how to do like in at least 7 to 10 hours per week on your time, on your off days, the time that you're wasting. You can do this at the time when you're cooking, washing, doing laundry, those kind of things. So yeah, that is why many women are embracing this opportunity. Hope I answered your question, Liji.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Sharon, for answering me that question. I'm sure everyone have a little bit more clarity about that even busy people can run this business. So talking about business, Sharon, if someone had told me like a few years ago that I'll be building a business, I probably would have laughed and said, you must have the wrong person. Honestly, I never pictured myself as a business owner, right? So I wasn't looking for um, a, a business, and I have zero experience. And I'm sure a lot of people who is watching right now are on the same shoes. So my question is, can an everyday person with no business background or experience to like learn this? Do you think like what would you say to someone who's interested but is holding back because they don't feel knowledgeable enough to get started?
Yeah, that's a very, very good concern. Actually, it's a very common concern, actually, Liji, because especially when you think about online business or the business itself, like many people will think, oh, okay, I need to be I mean, I need to have some business. I'm not a business person. I'm not a business material. But the best example is me. I don't have any business experience. I did not come to this business for a business as such. I did come to this business as a to create some extra stream of income so that I can spend more time with my kids. So I did not come with any experience. But the good thing is that the platform teaches us how to be a business person. So if you're willing to learn, if you know how to develop your entrepreneurial mindset, how to think positively, how to overcome the obstacles, all those kind of things are like part of entrepreneurial journey, right? And accounting, all those kind of things, that is the part of the training. So if you go through the training, you can do it very successfully. Many people will not make it, or many people, I wouldn't say, like, I don't like to use the word fail, but many people struggle because they come as an employee, but they carry the mindset of an employee throughout the journey of an entrepreneur, which is the bad thing to do. And but if you are willing to change, if you can think like an entrepreneur, you don't have to have an entrepreneurial experience, but once you are in the platform, if you are willing to change yourself, this can change your life. So to answer your question, you don't need to have any previous business experience. This platform will teach you everything.
Awesome. That is very exciting to hear. Now, Sharon, I have to be honest. I know I'm not the only one who has tried something online before and thought, well, that didn't quite go as planned. A lot of people have invested their time and energy into like different opportunities because there are so many opportunities in online right now, right? So why should someone feel confident that their time and effort are being invested in something worthwhile?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, like, it's the potential, right? I think I have answered that question like just before, because many people fail or struggle in an opportunity because they don't change. They come as an employee, they still think as an employee, being in the journey, being in the platform. So employee means, like, nobody, like, your employer is saying like your job description. This is what you're supposed to do. This, you have to finish these things in this time. That is an employee, right? You don't have to think, you don't have to use your brain, basically. Of course, I'm exaggerating that you have to use the brain as an employee. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying What I'm saying, you don't have to create anything, it's already there. A boss is there to observe you. In the business, there is no boss. You are your own boss, basically. So you have to take charge. Nobody's going to come behind you and nag you, um, etc., etc. Because of that. So because of that thing, like many people fail because they don't know how to take charge, because they are always being an employee, and they continue to as an employee. They expect someone else will watch them, will make them successful, which is not true in case of a business. A business, you have to take charge. You should know what we have: training site, we have support, we have everything. But the thing is that you have to take charge. There are certain time period, like mentors and coaches will be there to do everything, but certain point you have to take charge. This is your business. This is you, not your mentors or coaches business, and that is how like many people fail. They expect other people to make you successful. That's not the thing. You will become successful when you take charge. And of course, when I am looking back on my journey, there are a lot of places where I didn't have any mentor. I didn't have a lot of struggles has gone through. But why I'm retired last year? Because whenever the struggle came, I didn't give up. I took this business as a business, not my mentor's business. Everything that you want to solve in this business is there in the platform itself. If your mentor is not working anymore, if your mentor is not there with you anymore, of course, there are other people. We have connected to a global community, very supportive community, that you can collaborate with other people and learn a lot of things. We have drop-in sessions, mastermind. There's enough resources for you to become successful. You don't need anybody's support. But the thing is that you have to take that initiative, right? So does it worth your time? Does it worth your effort or time, investment of time or energy? Of course, yes. Initially, you have to take it as a job, because again, like 7 to 10 hours per week, you have to dedicate that. Then you have to be a leader sport in the business. Then once it start making money, once the business start making money, once the business start learning, stable, then you can think about what do you want to do with your full-time job. Maybe you can. Many people became part-time. Many people quit their job. Many people made their husbands part-time. Many people paid off their mortgage because of the opportunity. Many people went for holidays without worrying about money, like dream destination without worrying about money. Many people paid off their debts, etc. A lot of potential in this business, but that happens after some time. The problem many people are facing, or maybe challenge, is like the challenging period is like first 1 to 2 years. It's challenging because when you look around, there are so many people who are making money. Maybe you are not that fast, maybe you are not making money yet, but then people will get discouraged, and people will think, oh, this is not for me, I cannot do this. They discourage and they back off. But it's when you won't fail unless you quit. But this worth the struggle that you can have, because this is, as I said, I'm with my kids all the time by God's grace. I'm sure, if I pursued any other opportunity, I wouldn't be in this position right now. God showed me this opportunity in front of me. I did not start this business because I had a lot of money in my bank account to start a business. No, I didn't have any money. I borrowed, I took a bank loan, and I didn't have any experience. I was scared, skeptical, everything. My husband was against me, but still I started this business. I asked him like support, I asked him okay, give me one chance. And that is how I started this business. And I went through that struggle, and I'm thankful to God that he gave me courage to go through this opportunity, to go through my struggles. Did it worth it? Absolutely. This gave me freedom. This gave me time. This gave me time to spend with my kids now, and to do the things that I can do without worrying about money. This is what I'm passionate about. Yeah, of course, it's worth your time 100 times, 1,000 times. Yes.
That's awesome, Sharon. Congratulations to you for taking that big step. And like you said, just like everything, I think everything in life has some kind of struggle, right?
Yeah.
But to overcome that and be successful, we need to take the action. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Sharon, I think this is going to be the millionaire question, okay? So ready for this? So people hear about a business like this, and immediately what they ask is, wait, does this mean I have to add people under me? Now, can you clear that up for us? And also, is it similar to like MLM or money chain or pyramid scheme and such things like that? Can you clarify that for me a little bit more, please?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good question. Actually, I'm glad you asked this question. Okay, basically, yeah. Do you have to add people into this opportunity? Of course, people are involved in this in opportunity in this business, like any other businesses. Okay, people are involved in this business, and people are, because there is no business without people, right? But you are not adding anybody. Let me ask you one question, Liji. Did I come behind you asking, hey, I started a business. Do you want to start a business? Did I ever ask you that? You came
No,
to me.
I actually started from watching a webinar on my friend's channel.
Correct. Exactly. So that is how our global platform will teach us how to advertise globally and gather clients. Again, we are not forcing anybody. We are actually showing them an opportunity, giving them like 30-day money back guarantee. It's up to them whether they want to do it or not, right? If they are not interested, they can get their full money refund. But believe it or not, like many, especially Malayalis, our crowd, lot of people are very skeptical. People are like, traditional business, people are failing, but they don't say that traditional business is a scam. Why? Why it's online business is different? Why? People are failing doesn't mean that a business is a scam. Guys, if you don't take action, if you don't take this opportunity, it's a loss for you. If Malayalis don't take action, it's a loss for you. Other crowd like Americans, Canadians, Filipinos, Africans, lot of people like lot of nationalities are actually doing this business and changing their life on a daily basis, while Malayalis are saying it's calling it a scam sometimes, and unfortunately a lot of people are losing this opportunity because of that, because those people doesn't know the inside out of the business what we are providing. They talk from outside and they discourage people to be a part of this. So to answer your question, do you have to join people? No, I have 700 people in my team. I did not go behind a single person. Only two people, who is one is my friend and one is my family, is there in this opportunity. They came to me. I didn't force them. After seeing my success, they came to me, right? And is it like an MLM, pyramid scheme, blah, 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 money chain? So money chain is usually like, people call sometimes money chain is because when they hear about 149, they think it's a money chain because they think when they pay 149, we are getting profit from that. But the truth is that we don't have anything like, I mean, when somebody pay 149, it's the benefit for them. They get a 2-hour video, and if they are pursuing the opportunity, they get a complete training site which will teach them how to advertise in 7 different social media platforms globally, get clients, lifelong mentorship, technical support. That is all included in that 149 mentorship and everything. Okay, if they are not interested, this 149 is completely refundable. Okay, money chain is something like, if I am getting money when you pay 149, that's the money chain. There is no actual products or services or business opportunity. Like Liji already mentioned, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach. Liji knows herself that how much time I have spent with her to help her, support her, how much support that we are giving as a group to our global business partners. This will not happen in a money chain. Money chain doesn't have like those kind of services. No product, no company. That is a money chain. But we have all those things, so it's not a money chain. MLM, a lot of people are worried about MLM because this is not operating as a traditional MLM. Like traditional MLM is not a bad business model, but many people, a lot of bad reputation about MLM. Why? Because usually traditional MLMs are operating in such a way that you have to approach your friends and family. In our business model, we are not approaching anybody. We are placing an opportunity in front of people, and people who are looking for an opportunity will come to you. You don't have to chase anybody, right? And another thing is that a lot of traditional MLMs, there are low ticket items, they like toothpaste, detergent, very good product. But the thing is that you have to sell the product and you get minimum commission. Here, we have high ticket item sale, Here, you don't have to do any direct selling. Here, we have a system to do the selling for you. That's the difference. And commissions, you can replace your entire month salary by being having one sale. So that is the high ticket item sale. In MLMs, it's like low ticket item sales, and you will get negligible amount after chasing your friends and family. Which is not doesn't worth your time if you're especially if you're a professional, if you're a busy person. Another thing is that a lot of MLMs have like pyramid scheme. As I already mentioned, when somebody makes sale, people on the top will make money, and the people on the bottom will get like very minimal amount. So a lot of people will get discouraged and lose the opportunity because of that factor. But in our opportunity, it's a direct selling business model. So whoever is bringing in the sale will get the commission first before anything go to the top. So basically, that means there are people in our community who is earning more than the founders, which will never happen in a pyramid scheme. So I guess, and it's completely legal. You have to pay taxes and you have to register your business. We are operating as an S corp, and we are an employee of our S corp. So in like last year, as an RN, I usually earn like around 85K or so as an RN, a full-time RN. But last year, like after mid-year, I actually quit my job. Until that time, I was working as full-time RN in critical care and working night shift. And I was running this business as a side hustle, right? Even then, my last year earning was like 320,000, 20,000 and above. So that was the income potential of our business. A lot of doctors, scientists, IT professionals are doing this business because it's flexible, legitimate, and high income potential. So, I mean, if people are skeptical, it's still skeptical. Like, how can somebody say it's a scam when there is an actual company to pay you? You are making money because, you're making money because you have a company, right? If you don't have any of those things, if you are not providing ongoing support, of course it's a scam and it's not a scam, right? But anyway, the people who are thinking it's a scam, they lost the opportunity. Best wishes for them. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that great explanation. So I think I have covered pretty much everything, but just in case, before we wrap up, Sharon, is there any question that we didn't get a chance to cover today that maybe you hear about it all the time?
Yeah, I guess a lot of people think that, okay, they don't have social media experience. Like, many people, when they think about digital marketing, they think that we have to be social media influencers. Like, they think that when somebody click on your Facebook post or Instagram post, you get money. The monetization concept. And that is how our system works. That is what they think. But that's not true. Say, for example, if you're running YouTube ads, even if your YouTube channel doesn't have not even one subscriber, you can still make money. Because this doesn't depend upon how much friends or followers you have already. You can develop everything from scratch. It doesn't depend upon your number of followers. You don't have to be like social media presence. Like, many people ask, okay, Sharon, like you are going live. I don't know how to go live. I'm nervous about it. So maybe this is not opportunity, not for me. For them, I want to say, like, you can decide how you want to, how much you want to expose yourself in the social media. Some people are like very minimally active. Some people are even moderately active. Some people are very good, very well active. Totally their method of operation. You can decide how you want to do it. Another thing is that there are faceless marketing training in our platform. I don't do it, but if the training is there in the platform, I heard that people from other communities are actually doing it and making results out of it. And things like people with hijab and all doing this business. Again, you can decide how you want to do it. You don't need to have any social. I was a person who was like very minimally active in social media. I wasn't active at all, but whatever I am doing it right now, I am doing from the platform. I learned from the platform, which if you are willing to learn, this can change your life. You don't have to be a social media person. I think that's the only thing that is left. Yeah, investment part. Some people are asking, do I have to spend money? Many people think that 149 is the only payment and you can make millions out of it. If a person with some experience with business knows that every business need investment. You cannot make money out of the business if you are not investing enough. So it's very necessary, very important. You have to be involved in the business with decent investment. But again, in our business model, it's not like huge investment like traditional businesses, like 200,000, 500,000. It's not like that. So it's very minimal investment. If you have a job, you can afford it. You will be afford it. If you're in a country for some time, many countries have financing options available. So you are not taking all those money from your pocket. You can finance it and do it like gradually. And once you start making money, you can pay off that debts, and whatever you are going to make, that will be like for the future for your family, basically. Yeah, so that's a little bit about that. Yeah, I guess I hope I have answered all your question, Beijing.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. So, what a great conversation we had here, guys, right? So, Sharon, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today, for sharing your knowledge, your experience, and your heart with us. I know I have learned a lot more again with along with everyone watching as well. So, if you're still here with us, thank you for spending a part of your day with us. We hope today's conversation answered some of your questions and maybe even got you thinking about what's possible, right? So here's the thing. You don't have to have everything figured out before taking the first step. Most people don't. So every journey starts with learning, asking questions, and being open to exploring something new. So if anything we have talked about today sparked your curiosity, don't just wonder, what if? Reach out, ask your questions, get the information you need to decide whether it's a good fit for you. There's absolutely no pressure, just an opportunity for you to learn. So, and if you enjoy this, contact us or share it with someone who might benefit from hearing this conversation. You never know who might need a little encouragement today. So, Sharon, thank you again for joining me. It was such a pleasure having you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, anybody who was watching us. Thank you. God bless you all.
Bless you.